Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at Milestone Capital Growth Portfolio. Today is Wednesday, November 12th. All right, another day in the books. We are going to start out with PCLN, and then we're going to talk about a couple other trades and a few that we've been talking about. So let's just get right to it. All right, price line. Don't be upset that it dipped today. There's no need. You had a huge move from here to here, which is fantastic. We have our first gap fill taken care of right here. Okay, it met as resistance, as you can see from that candle. Let me get rid of this now. All right, so that was a gap. So that's why we had that resistance, because we closed this gap. Some profit takers sitting here. So if we dip tomorrow, I think we can get down to the 1147 area. I don't think we're going to make it to the 50-day moving average, but if we do, definitely start picking these up. 1147 I would start. Maybe a little higher, 1148, somewhere in that area. But if we can drop that low, that would be fantastic. So we can get a bigger move up here to close this gap, which will take place probably by Friday, hopefully, if all goes well, if the market cooperates. But the market really doesn't matter, because this was up $50 yesterday and the market was flat. So that's it for PCLN. So the PCLN trade is, if we start out green tomorrow, wait for the gap to fill and play the green all the way up. If we pull back down, you can ride it down $20 and buy the support area and ride it back up for the next couple of days, or play next week and do whatever you need to do. Then we're going to come up and hit this trend line here. Yeah, I have a lot of lines on this, but we're going to come up and hit the trend line here, or this trend line here. We're going to have to see what happens. We're going to manage the relative strength index from there. So be in live chat, and we will do this together all day long. So it started out red, then it went to green, then it went to red. So awesome job on PCLN's part so far for us. Very lucrative. Let's get into Facebook. New trade alert. All right. Yeah, we're going to tell you here and now. So make sure you take a close look at this one. All right. So we got the 100-day right here, nice and solid. 100-day is nice and solid right here. Okay. We were close on these two, and we dipped under it today, and we actually pulled right back off of it. Okay, so we're back over that again. So what was the trigger here? Patterns work. Okay, so we buy here, and just ride with it. If you don't break the middle Bollinger Bands, it is what it is. It pulls it back down again, but you have your 100 days support, because it's held over here. You can see derivative oscillator is starting to pick up a little bit, and once we cross the zero line, should be fantastic. But now you're being proactive. You're picking up anywhere on this lower candle, but I'm telling you now, because you weren't in the chat room today, so you can pick up over here somewhere in this area. That would be fantastic for you. And then all we need is a middle Bollinger Band break. But I'm 90% positive that that's going to take place, but I'm not a broker, so please contact your local broker. Anyway, let's go for this gap fill right here. We're really targeting the 79.41. You can take a look at next week. Let me open this file right here. Zip this in. All right, we're looking at it over here. You got 79 next week is going to be 13. The bid side is going to be 12. Those are your options. So if you want to go long and strong, as you can see, a few people purchased these over here. So somebody else had the same idea as I did, either that or they were in the chat room and they were purchasing this. So that's Facebook. So as you can see, we're looking at next week. We're not looking at this week, so we want to make sure we get this gap filled. All right, let's go right to Twitter now. All right, Twitter. We did the same thing. And if you've been following the videos, you knew what to do. It was that simple. I've been saying in the videos, everybody wanted to buy over here, and we're telling our members, just wait. No, deal with it. Just relax. We're not down at this gap fill yet. So as you can see, let's zoom this in a little bit. We tagged it. Okay, that was the dead bottom. We tagged it. You can see the little candle yesterday. That was it right there. Power move today. Volume came pouring into this thing, and up $3. Options are absolutely rocking right now on that one. So I'm telling you now, but if you're in the chat room, you would have known about it earlier, but that's okay. So 44.53 is going to be your first resistance. You guys can buy anywhere in this area, because we're going to come up to here at 47. That's going to be the goal for this one. We're going to blow right through. If this volume keeps up, then we're going to come up to the 50-day moving average, okay? Because we're going to get the gap first, then we're going to come up to the 50, which would be 49, 48 area, and then maybe come up and tackle this area. We'll have to see what happens, but the volume is definitely there for this to make some progress here. So let's follow the top here and look at what we got. We're going to have a little bit of resistance right here on this candle. Put this there, put that there. We're going to have a little bit of resistance. There's going to be a lot of resistances in this area, so the volume is going to have to be dumping into this to break the 50, the 100, and middle Bollinger Band and the downtrend line. So once you break the downtrend line, there's no reason to go back down. It's time to come back up. So we'll have to ride it to the upside. How's the upside going to go? Up, so far, it's going to go like this. We'll just have to wait and see, ride it and play it and win it. That's as simple as that. Okay, relative strength index is at 42. Let's take a look at some Twitter options for next week. Open that file, zip this over here, and here we go. Okay, we got 45 for next week. We're looking at, for this week, and we're looking at 20 cents. They were a lot cheaper earlier. As you can see, and a few people were targeting that. So take a look at November 22nd or this week, however you want to trade it, but we have some options over there. And they look good. So if you want to go deeper, you can go deeper. It's all up to you. All right, let's take a look at CREE because we put that up the other morning, and so far she's just tagging along, trucking along. All right, so we broke that. We're over here at the 50-day moving average coming next. We're over the middle Bollinger Band. Slow and steady wins the race, and this one's going to 39.74. As I said in the video, you can see the relative strength index is just tracking to the upside. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to look at the stochastics. So you can see the stochastics is still just flat. Riding along the top, that's fine. There's no problem there. Your oscillator started to turn to the upside, and a little more volume's coming into it today. We're getting ready for that big candle. Once that big candle hits, you're going to take your profit. All right, ATK, that was another one we're going to take a look at because we were talking about that one. Whoop, that's STK. We don't want to do that one. ATK, all right, ATK real quick here. We're going for this gap close here. It's still chugging along. We have three days green off this triple bottom here, and now we're still coming up to get this right here. We're going to get this middle Bollinger Band at 122, and you can see relative strength index is slowly coming off the 30. We're at 37 right now. Volume is still okay. Wish we had a little bit more, but your derivative oscillator is starting to pick up over to the upside, and your stochastics is looking good as well. So Yelp, yes, I talked all about Yelp yesterday for you. I said this is a new alert, yeah, but if you're in the chat room, you would understand what took place. When a market gaps down, the stock market gaps down, everything gaps with it. So it created an exceptional buying opportunity. Okay, I showed you where the support line was, and here's the support line. We didn't even reach that, but it did create a nice buying opportunity for some options, and we plan those out perfect right now. So we're just going to look for this to get chugging along. We're definitely in an uptrend. We're not in a downtrend. We still have this gap that we want to get closed. And, you just add a little bit more time to it. But this is a beautiful pattern to the upside. And we're going to target the same price, the same things that we said yesterday. Okay, even though there's a little bit of selling in place today, it did recover very nicely. So we didn't have any big, powerful red candles to the downside and massive volume. We just had a nice spot to pick up some cheap calls. All right, so this is Matt over at Milestone Capital Growth Portfolio. If you're not a member, make sure you join. Just click on the link and start up, and you'll start making money with us and enjoy the whole process. All right, have yourself a great night.